I'm gonna tell you something today that you might not want to hear, but you have to hear. If it's for you, it'll work out, bro. What do I mean by that? I mean that if you're in a relationship and you can see that things aren't working out, you can see that maybe it's coming to an end, and you start to get worried. You start to feel like I have to force things to work in place. But what if it's God's plan? What if God's breaking you guys up on purpose? What if He has someone so much better for you? I dealt with this issue a long time ago, and I'm sure some of you guys deal with this as well, where you're in a relationship and you really just want it to work out and you want things to go smoothly, but you feel like maybe it's ending and you have to try and force things to work out. But I'm telling you from experience, let it happen. All right. If it ends, it ends. And I know it's easier said than done. It's easy to hear these words, but it's hard to apply them when you're actually in the situation. And I'm fully aware of that. But I'm telling you what I have to tell you, because if I didn't tell you, then I would be a bad person for not doing that. So I will always tell you the truth. I will always tell you what you need to hear, even if it's not comfortable, even if it's not something that you want to hear in the moment. Let me read you a verse that can probably give you some hope. Romans 8 verses 28. And we know that in all things, God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. This is something you have to keep in mind. Now, don't think that it applies to everybody. It only applies to people that love God. And if you're watching this, you love God most likely. So you probably meet that criteria, right? And maybe you're in a relationship where you're unequally yoked. You're with another person that maybe isn't following God the same way you are, and you feel like they're not really helping you get closer to God. That might be a sign that it's time to let things go. It's time to let God handle things, and it's time to let it run its course. All right. So I need you to understand that ultimately God is in control, and sometimes it's difficult to accept that, but I know that once you finally understand, and I know right now you may not do that, but after a few years, you'll realize that I was right, and you'll realize that you have to let things be. You can't force anything to happen. You can't force people to love you. You can't force people to stay with you in a relationship. You have to just let people go. So I hope this helps somebody. And if it did, make sure to subscribe, make sure to like, and share this with 3 friends, because a lot of people don't understand this, and they need to understand that you have to let people go when the time is right, when you feel like, okay, maybe this isn't meant for me. All right, because God always has someone better for you. You just have to keep trusting Him, and you have to keep giving Him your heart. All right. I hope this helps you. And if you struggle with lust heavily and you just want to quit as soon as possible, click the top link in the description and I'll help you out with that. All right. But with that said, peace and have a great day.